everyone. Nice to see you again. I am Leanne, a mentor teacher with the Palfish Kids official kids course. So today's video is just kind of an anecdote or just a description of something that happened to me yesterday in class and just what I did after the class to communicate with the parents and how, communication with parents is important. And it's, I think it's a good thing if we can establish a good solid foundation of communication with our parents. The student that I had yesterday in my class, she is a pre-K student, very, very basic, like we're building up from like zero base English, like we're really building up from nothing. And she's been great, it's steps, baby steps is what we're having to take with this student. However, for the past, 2 or 3 classes, the mom hasn't been sitting in the class with the student, and she's been learning on her own by herself with her grandpa in the other room or another family member in the other room, I guess, who is available but not in the class available. And so yesterday was a review lesson. We were reviewing the shape of a square and we were reviewing the color yellow, as well as the story that we learn in Unit 2 of the 4.0 Pre-K series. So we had gone through all of that, and in the story you learn about kids and they are like making a face using the shapes, and we got to the end of the lesson and we had a bit of time. We had gone through the lesson, we had 3 or 4 minutes, enough time to do an activity or to review. So I decided to try to do review with her. And so in Unit 1 we learned a circle, and we also learned the color red. So we went through the colors, we went through the shape of a square, and when I got to a circle, we were on the whiteboard doing this. I drew a circle, and I said, it's a circle, just getting her to repeat, kind of getting in that kind of flow of things. Hey, there's my suitcase. I'm traveling, by the way. So that's the reason for the different background. Anyways, so I was doing a circle and erasing and doing a circle, and I did it 2 or 3 times at least. And at some point, I noticed, I guess she was trying to draw a face, like the face in the story. But she suddenly got up and she suddenly left. And I was like, oh no, did I make her upset? Sometimes students do feel upset and they're just like, I'm not having it. Well, she was gone for a bit of time and I'm just like, hello? And I said her name, I don't stop talking just because we're on camera. I want to, if you go back and look at the recording, I want to make sure that they see I'm making the effort to bring the student back. Well, eventually the student returned and I thought that she had been crying. It looked like she had been crying. And so I'm immediately tearing up because this is a student that really, the things she does, it really touches my heart to see her learning. I can't describe it, but the progress that she makes, after each class, I tear up. I'm like, this is, it gets to me, if that makes any sense. It really gets to me. And I appreciate her mom so much. So, I thought she cried, and then I was trying to be softer throughout the rest of the class just to make sure she was okay. And we said our goodbyes, and immediately, right after the class, I'll go to my phone, I screenshot it. I sent a message, So this is the message that I wrote to the parent, right after the class, as soon as I left the class. I said, I think blah blah got upset in class, but I don't know why. And I used a couple of emojis, the emoji smiling with kind of I'm sweating, and then the tear emoji just to kind of be I feel sad about it. She cried a little and left the camera. I feel bad and sorry for her bad feeling. I apologized. I apologized immediately. I'm sorry if she felt this way. I think she wanted to draw, but I erased it. I didn't know she wanted to draw a shape. And then I wrote again, I'm sorry if she felt bad. I tried to get her to draw the shape when I realized that she felt bad. So when I realized that I thought she might feel bad, I tried to get her to do the activity again. But I got a reply back from the parent today. So I got a reply back, and it was really sweet. It was first of all, thank you to Teacher Ann's patience. The current class she does independently. About yesterday's class, the parent hasn't watched the playback, but the parent does watch the playback. Just to let you know, parents, if they're not around, a lot of them, they watch the playback of your classes. So please keep that in mind. They'd watch the playback. Especially my younger children, when their parents are not in the room, they go back, and they review with their kids. A lot of my moms, they review with their kids. Anyways, I do not know her state of class, but to say sorry, the mom apologized to me that she ran out of the middle of the class and said she was going to the bathroom, and so she asked the grandfather about it after the class. And basically, the student, she was going to the bathroom, and she didn't know how to tell me yet. And so she said, thank you again for Ann teacher's patience. And I just wrote, thank you. I just wanted to make sure she wasn't upset with me. I really love class so much with her. Also, thank you for understanding as well. And, sometimes when we have a class, we're going to have things that happen in those classes that we cannot control in those classes. And sometimes we might not know. I thought the student was upset. Thankfully, the student was not upset. But, it seemed like she was. So I wanted to let the parent know, I wanted to let the parent know, like, I'm observing. I'm trying to be aware of the situation. I'm trying to be aware of the surroundings of the class. And, I have, her interest in mind, and I don't want my students to feel bad. As a teacher, that's not my style. There are some teachers who, parents really like because they're strict, and one selling point for me with my students is my patience. Like, I guess to some it would be extreme patience, but that's just how I am as a teacher. Now, in real life, am I patient? I'm not going to tell you whether or not that's true. Anyways, so this was a class, and it had me thinking, making those efforts to communicate with parents, taking that extra step, send that message. If you feel like maybe the class didn't go well, or maybe the student had a bad feeling, send that message to the parent. Now, I do know, I get a lot of feedback from teachers where it's like, well, the parent never replies to me. The parent never blah, 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 blah. Keep doing it. Just keep doing it, because one day that parent might just suddenly be like, I'm going to check in on my child's learning. I'm going to look and see what they've been doing. And they might see all of those efforts that you've been making, with the student. They might see that, Keep that in mind. I know sometimes you're feeling worn down and you're like, I just keep doing this, and I get no response. But persistence, it's important, You might feel weary, it's the end of the month, we're exhausted, we've been pushing ourselves. But persistence is very important, and, we can't be positive 100% of the time, that's not humanly possible. We have bad things that happen in our day-to-day life, or, even in our classes, we have those things that happen. But I just want to say, stay positive, and, if you want some encouragement, seek me out. I will talk with you. If you're feeling down, that's what I'm here for as a mentor. I am here for you. I am here to help you as a teacher. And I just want to let teachers know that, there's nothing behind it. I genuinely like people. I want people to feel good about what they're doing. I want people to feel good about themselves. That's just my core nature. And as a mentor, that has been my goal, and hopefully I've tried to, accomplish that in some way. So, sometimes my approach is often a bit cut and dry, and that's just how my personality is. But if you could see the inside of my heart, it's different, It's a good thing. It's a warm thing. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a video in the future about, my Palfish journey as a mentor, just to give some insight to a lot of teachers about, the journey that it really has been. It's been amazing. And, it's been 6 months as a mentor. So anyways, I will see all of you on the flip side on the app, and I hope you're having an amazing day or evening or whatever time of day it is.